Hey, Tim Ripper Owens here. Tim Ripper Owens here. I'm coming back to Australia. I'm excited. Last minute, got my friends, booked it, did it. May 11th, Sydney, coming to Sydney, which I love Sydney. The Crowbar, May 11th. May 12th, Melbourne, Australia. Bendigo Hotel, May 12th, Melbourne. So this is friends of mine. We're jamming. A great set list, a good time. See you all there.
Beautiful. Ripper, thanks for joining us today, bro.
It's good to be here. I'm excited. Good to talk to you again.
Always a pleasure, mate. So as you say, you return to Australia in a couple of weeks for two shows only in Sydney on May the 11th and Melbourne on May the 12th. So have you even unpacked since you were here last October, mate? It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, I've unpacked and packed and unpacked and packed, and it's just been a nonstop. I'm doing this now from South America. I'm in Brazil and Curitiba doing this interview. I think I was in England making the working on the new videos for KK's Priest. I flew home from England doing a week there. I was home one day. I flew here, and then I'm going home for one day and flying there. So listen, this was last minute. I decided to come there, come to Australia, and we're going to test the waters and do a couple shows. It's like a test shows and see if we can book a full tour in the future.
Beautiful. And last time you were here, you were part of the Metal Gods tour with drummer Simon Wright, but this time it's just you coming over, I believe. Is that right?
It's just me playing my songs, and I called Joel and see if we could get some guys together, and he was all for it. And he got his brother and got some friends, and so it's going to be a blast. I mean, the set list is great. Doing some songs I haven't done in a while, like Diamonds and Rust, and we're doing something for my new solo EP. So it's a nice set list.
Yeah, cool. And the press release says that you'll be giving a live preview of your EP, mate. So does that mean you're going to be playing that in full, or are you just going to play a few songs off it?
Yeah, we're just going to play one or two. I mean, we might just play one. We'll see how it goes. Again, it's more of a test run. I wanted to put some other songs in there that Joel has played a lot with me in the past as well. So we kind of then he can get the band ready for me and show up. I expect it to be really good. I mean, after that turnout with the Metal Gods thing we did, I really expect it to be really good.
Yeah. Before we go on with this tour, mate, I want to stay on your original stuff for a bit. Like, how was the public response to your last EP?
It's been great. I mean, I'm overwhelmed at how awesome the response has been, because it was a little bit heavier but I think people like when I do that. I mean, I started heavier like that. Jugulator was heavier. But it's been amazing. I think a big thing about it is the production's so good on it and the songs are so good on it. It's hard, even if you don't like a thrash or heavy music, this tends to get everybody. I mean, vocally, it's just typical Ripper,
I suppose your biggest problem with coming up with new albums on new EPs would be staying still long enough to actually write one, wouldn't it?
Well, it is, and now it's difficult because I got to juggle with the KK's Priest stuff and doing shows, and we're going to start getting really busy, and the new record's coming out. So the plan was to put a new full length LP out of the solo stuff, but it's probably going to be a little slower just because I'm going to be so busy with KK's Priest. But it's hard. But you know what? It's not bad. I get home and I go in the studio at my house and start doing it.
And of course, last time when you were here with Metal Gods, you played songs by Judas Priest, Dio, and Black Sabbath. So now you're coming over with a different sort of lineup. Are you doing anything outside of those bands, or is it going to focus on them still?
Well, usually when it's my solo stuff, or my solo touring, I usually might play Heaven and Hell, and that's really about it. I don't really tend to do other band stuff as much, but I like to do Heaven and Hell always in the set list. But with Joel knowing stuff, I know Heaven and Hell's in the set list, and probably like Mob Rules. I think I said, man, let's do Mob Rules, but I don't know if we have too much more. I can't even remember what else is in the set list now. I better learn it pretty soon. But I know that that's when I said, hey, let's do, Diamonds and Rust and my solo song, and let's, but I wanted to make it easier on Joel to lead the band and help it out, really, and all I've heard about is how great the musicians are. Everybody who's got contacted me has said, the band lineup is great and this is going to be fantastic. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what's in the set list.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
So speaking about the backing band, mate, like you've got members of Frankie's world famous house band, Harlot and Bad Moon Born in there. So is it like you're only going to have a week or so to get it together before you go on there? Like, is it difficult to maybe not so much learn the songs in that short time, but to gel with everyone in the band?
No, that's what I do for a living, and they're professionals as well. I mean, it's not like you've gotten someone who doesn't do this for a living. These guys do it as well. I mean, I show up for these shows. I travel all around the world. Right now in South America, I'm doing a show with Udo. So we're doing, Accept, and I'm doing Priest stuff. He's doing Accept, and then we sing some together. And it's just, when you're working with a professional band and professional people, it just gels together. I mean, I got to be honest, I hardly even have to rehearse when I show up to these places. I mean, I'll travel there. I'm going to be spending some time and hanging out in the and Katoomba. Actually, I'm staying in Katoomba so I can relax for a little bit and enjoy myself. And it's really it's nice to do that and then go rehearse and so it really just gels. These guys are professionals, and I'm sure Joel will whip them into shape if not. But I know that. That's what's great. It's funny. I'm more worried about myself showing up and learning something for my solo EP because I haven't sang it. I'm going to do Silent Cage, which I haven't done that, live. So I have to learn myself. I'm not worried about those guys. I'm worried about myself.
Very cool. When you were out here last time, mate, it's fair to say that you blew everyone, including me, away with just how fucking good you were, bro. So what can we expect from these shows?
Well, that's putting a lot of pressure on me. I appreciate that, Kris. That's, you just got to, now I'm going to have to sing good. So I'm going to have to not drink as much beer before the show, and I'm going to have to sing good.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Listen, that's my job. I'm pretty fortunate that I can sing, good live, or I try to sing good live, and I try to bring it. I try to, my goal is to get on stage and try and sing as good as the original recordings, or if not better, with even more emotion and more versatility. But I'm pretty fortunate that I've been singing pretty good, and yeah, I had a really good run in Australia on those shows with those guys, and it's it's fun to get up on stage with those guys and play. So it also makes it easy when you're with a good band. Yeah, sure. They bring good stuff out of you. But yeah, I mean, listen, if I don't sound very good, I'll probably blame you.
Too easy, mate. I'm in Brisbane, so I'll be way away from there, so you can blame me as much as.
Well, that's all right, though. That's fine, though. But I can still blame you because you put the pressure on me. So you put the pressure on me to sing good. So I will tell the crowd, "Hey, I'm struggling tonight. It's Kris's fault. He's not here." But
thanks,
that's what
I need all the help I can get these days. So from a personal vocalist point of view, mate, like, so when you hear last, you did the Sabbath, you did the Dio, you did the Judas Priest, and even though they're all metal songs, they're all different. Like, they all put different strains on you vocally and different demands. But you transition from them so well, man. Like, it's seamless. Like, do you have to practice to do that, or do you have to put the songs in the right order to be able to do that? Like, is there a trick?
Well, yeah, you know what? If there is a couple ones I don't want to put at the end. I mean, I certainly would love to have Rainbow in the Dark not at the end of a set list, which I think it was kind of close to the end of a set list. So Dio's tough. I mean, it's Dio. He's probably the best singer I know and heard in any music to me. But he's a little different for me, even though I sing him really well. That he's a strain on me. He can beat me down. Singing Priest is easy stuff. The hardest stuff for me to sing usually is my stuff, and we'll be doing, a couple different ones from my, Hell Is Home, Burning Hell. I think we're doing 101. I can't remember. So, some of my stuff is the harder stuff to sing, but Dio is the hardest stuff to sing, and it really can beat me down. So I do have to be careful. So this set's not the same. It's my kind of stuff, so it should be easier. I hope it's easier.
Very cool. So once this is over with, bro, what's next for Ripper Owens? What do you got planned here? I hope you're taking a break soon, bro.
Well, I get home in time for my daughter's high school graduation. like I said, the nice thing is I'm, spending time with friends and just relaxing, and when I'm there and doing these 2 shows, but having a little bit of relaxation time, and do a little yoga and do a little sightseeing. But I go home for my daughter's graduation. The very next day I go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest, where that Jamie Josta has. So I have every day of All-Star Jam and meet and greets and autograph signings, and then my show, and that's a short show, 35 minutes, but it's really, I'm playing my solo EP in its entirety with the band that I recorded it with. So it's really cool. And then I come home from that, and got a show in Romania, and then I start with KK's Priest. We start hitting it pretty hard, so that's what's going on. But I'll have some time here and there, I think, at home. So we'll see what happens.
Beautiful, mate. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Tim. You are here on May the 11th at Crowbar in Sydney and May the 12th at the Bendigo in Melbourne. And like I say, if anyone who saw you last time you're out here can attest to the fact that it's a brilliant show, and this time promises to be even better.
Well, come out. Everybody come out. Spread the word. Get your tickets. Spread the word, because, listen, I love what I do. The band loves what they do. And it's fun when you see that on stage. It's a fun show. I smile. I have fun. I make fun of people. And that's what's good about rock and roll and heavy metal. So everybody come out and buy me a beer.
Sounds good, brother. I'm going to try and make it down for the Melbourne show. But if I don't, have yourself a good time, mate. And we'll catch you on the next round.
I'll catch you next round, and we're going to book a whole. If I have one more person tell me, how come I'm not coming to Brisbane, or how come I'm not coming to Perth, or this and that. So this is the test. Here's the thing. If I don't book a full tour next year based off of these 2 shows, everybody can blame these two places. They could say, damn you, Sydney and Melbourne, damn you. That's why Ripper's not coming.
You guys fucked it for everyone.
Yeah. And you know what I'd like to call them? You know what you can call them? A bunch of cunts.
Yeah, you have been spending too much time in Australia. That's awesome, bro. All right, mate. Thanks very much for making time for us today, bro. Enjoy the rest of your time in Brazil, and see you out here next week.
You got it. I'll see you, bud. Thank you.
Take care, brother.